this video, I'll demonstrate how to mix different colours and how to create different textures on paper. Inspired by the artist illustrator Eric Carle, who did the Very Hungry Caterpillar, we're going to play around with paint on paper and try and do lots and lots of different patterns and textures to cut up into our collage. Here I've added water to my paint. And this time I've loaded up the brush with red paint, and I'm going to take turns with dotting white and red paint on the paper. I'm not mixing the colours beforehand because I want different tones of pink, red and white. We need a lot of different colours for our butterfly collage at the end. So I suggest you don't paint a whole piece of paper in one colour, just do little sections of colour so we can cut them up later. Here's a section of plain thick red paint. I'm taking the other end of the brush and I'm using it to scratch a pattern into it. This is really fun to play around with. You can also use toothpicks or other items to make marks in your paint. For the last bit of red on my brush, I'm going to add some water and create some watercolour effect. I'm going to put that aside to dry now. Let's see what happens if I try painting with an old toothbrush. I'll add some white on the bristles and dab that on as well. Now I'm dipping my toothbrush in water and adding some blue. I'm using my thumb along the bristles to create a spray paint effect. This is really messy, so make sure everything nearby is well covered, or better yet, do it outside. You can layer this with different colours of paint. You can use a sponge or a big brush to dot on the paper like this, and it creates a really fuzzy type of dot. To make a nice purple, I mixed red, white and blue. Now I didn't mix it really thoroughly and I've added some water, so it's a little bit watercolour, and also the colours will range from blue to pink to purple. This reminds me of the style of art that Eric Carle uses in his artworks. He likes creating texture, and you can often see his brush strokes. You can try dotting one colour over another. Here I'm using the brush to twist the colour on top of the yellow. I'm leaving my 3 pages of painting to dry overnight. And this is what we're going to make, an Eric Carle inspired butterfly collage. So grab your dried paintings and a piece of cardboard or paper for your background. On my background, I'm drawing a slightly curved line with a round head, and I'm lightly sketching out where I want my butterfly wings to be. I'm only going to do this on one side of my butterfly, and I'm going to rub them out as we go along. I'm going to draw 4 main sections for my wings. Now comes the hard part, which is choosing your colours. So I'm going to start with blue. I'm turning my blue page over, and I'm going to try and copy the rough shape of the bottom of my wing section there. Let's cut it out, try it on for size. I like that one. So I can rub that part of the wing out now that I'm happy that I've got the right size and shape. I need to make another one for the other side of the butterfly. So I'm putting it face down on my blue paint. I'm tracing it and I'll cut that one out too. Now I've got to choose a colour for this part of the wing. So I've got blue, I think orange would be a good contrast to that. Trying it out. I think actually that's a bit small. I'm going to fit that at the top instead. So I'll trace and cut out another one and we'll put those aside. And now I'm going to do it again, but a little bit bigger because it was just a bit small for where I want it. That's better. Using other colours that I think will look good, I'll continue the process, sketching, cutting out, trying out, tracing, cutting and pasting until the wings are done. Now on this green here, I'm sketching out the body for the butterfly. So it's like a long peanut. Red circle for my head. Butterflies sometimes have circles and markings on their wings to look like eyes to keep predators away. So I'm going to add some pretend eyes and other shapes to my butterfly. So what's missing? We need some eyes. I'm drawing the two antennae on now. Now you could leave it there, or you could add Eric Carle style legs. Now they're a bit tricky, so you might like to draw along with me. Here goes the last one.